What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. I've teamed up with both TrakRacer and Moza to totally transform my sim racing setup. And as you can tell by the amount of boxes behind me, we've got a lot of work to do. So let's get into it. So I think because we're pretty limited for space in this room, and I have got the aircon on, you can probably hear it in the background, I'm going to have to go ahead and take some of these boxes out the room, and we'll start by putting the frame together so we can then take a look at the Moza sim racing gear and attach it to the frame. I've got a lot of work to do. So this is where we're going to begin. I've gone ahead and picked up the heaviest and biggest box of them all, which I'm hoping is going to be most of the frame, at least the bottom half, so we can go ahead and put that part together and then attach the attachments on once it's done. So let's see what we get inside. Now this box is 27 kilograms, so it is a big heavy box. You might need two people to move it about. This definitely looks to be the lower half of the frame, at least I'm hoping. Okay, so that's definitely looking like where the pedals go. So that is one lower half of the frame. That, I guess, is the second part. Looks to me like where the seat goes. There are no instructions or tools in the box, so hopefully they're in the other box. Now this is the second box. Again, this is a heavy box. This is 24 kilograms. It looks pretty loaded to me, so hopefully the rest of the frame is in here and some instructions and tools, because the rest of the boxes to me look like they're the accessories and the seat. So let's go ahead, open it up, see what we get inside. More polystyrene, of course, which is good. A box probably of tools perhaps, and some more parts of the frame which is going to attach that part to that part, and of course it's going to be the brace section where the steering wheel goes. Right, so we've just opened this box up, and this is where the instructions and looks to be tools are. So you get a couple of TrakRacer stickers, which I mean is pretty nice. I assume this can go on the frame somewhere, because on the pictures there is the white TrakRacer, so I assume they're stickers rather than painted on, but we'll see. You get some Velcro cable tidies in here, which is handy because I've just gone ahead and bought loads of these, but these will come in handy just to wrap around the frames and keep the cables tidy. Here are the tools, so we're going to get a bunch of nuts and bolts, I imagine, washers and all sorts. Here are the tools. You've got a spanner in here, got some handy little screw things in there, some more nuts, bolts, and a ton of Allen keys, which hopefully are going to help us put this together. There's some additional parts. Okay, so this part is obviously where the steering wheel attaches to. There's a load of pre-drilled holes already, so it should fit whichever wheel it is that you're using, but we'll find out if our Moza R9 fits this base. Hopefully it does. There's some more small little pieces in here. I'm not sure what they're for, we'll find out. And then of course, this part, which says scan here for assembly guides. So I assume there are no instructions in the box. We'll go ahead and scan this QR code, and hopefully we'll get a detailed instruction guide on how we put this thing together, because at the minute, I have no idea. So let's go ahead and scan this on camera to see what it gives us. So it takes us to the assembly manuals. So we've got to pick the thing that we have. So it's the simulator, and it is the TR8 Pro, I believe. Yeah, there's a few bits in here. So let's go ahead and get it started. And hopefully by the end of it, it's going to look like that. Okay, I'm just bringing you in for a close-up here. So we've got one part on. So that is both sides on, as you can see. They do label it to make it easy. So left side there, right side there again. So this is where we're at currently. Just been putting this part together, which is like the steering column. Obviously this can slide at the minute, but there is something to obviously stop that. But this is in. There's plenty of adjustability here, which I'm very happy to see, especially with the truck wheel that we've got. So we can sort of angle it slightly up. I don't know how good it will be, because obviously with the desk clamp that we have for the Moza truck wheel, you can have it at a decent angle, kind of similar to what like a truck would be, rather than just straight as in like how a car wheel would be. But you've got plenty of adjustability there. There's so many holes that you can sort of tilt this in. And then over on this part here, there's loads of holes, as you can see here. I've just gone for these at random. It's a little bit hard to know until you get the chair on and can sit down and sort of lift the height up, or maybe drop it down by one. But plenty of adjustability, which is very nice to see. So a little update, we've now got the sort of strut brace as such that's installed at the front there, and the gear shift holder. I assume that's what it is, either for gear shifts or handbrakes. Time for the reveal. Now that is cool as hell. Again, this is something I was concerned about with the adjustability, but there is plenty again on the seat here. You can have multiple sort of angled options. Obviously, if you're at the highest, the seat is going to be tilted back. And then again, you can kind of increase the height. So this part's going to sit against the base, and then we've got a slight angle on going on there. So that is the seat on now as well. Seat is awesome, and it's the finished build. This thing weighs about 80 kilograms altogether. I think that's what the packaging was when I was looking at the boxes. So it's pretty heavy, and we've now got to get it into that space and underneath there. But let's get it all into position, and then we can see how it is, get the bits onto it, and then see how it goes. So the entire setup is complete. However, we are a little bit in the future here. Now that's because I ended up going to IKEA and buying a whole new set of drawers just so I could gain about 10 centimeters worth of space here, but it does make all the difference. So I ended up on that hottest day of the year building drawers after putting the whole rig together. It was a lot of effort, but I'm very happy with how it's all turned out as a whole. We of course have all the gear mounted on, so we are using the Moza R9 base. We do actually mount this upside down, which does allow us to get a better angle when playing truck games. So as you can see here, we make use of these slots. When we're truck racing or playing truck sim using the big old truck wheel, I have it at a taller angle, and then when I'm doing rallying or F1 or any other games, I lower this down a little so the wheel's a bit more facing towards us rather than facing off at an angle. So it's great to be able to have that adjustability, and because the R9 base is small enough, it does fit in there, which has allowed us to mount this upside down, which does give us that better angle. We are also making use of the Logitech side panel that we used to use. This is great for truck games again, being able to have that little joystick. And this is simply attached to one of TrakRacer's accessories, and that being the mouse pad, as you can see. Of course, you still need a mouse when you're controlling games and navigating menu settings. So being able to have the mouse there like that is a game changer. The pedals are mounted on the base, as you can see. We are also using a 3-pedal setup, so we are using the clutch. And that's because we have a gear stick and a handbrake. So we go full manual mode using the gear stick whilst playing truck games or anything like that. So the clutch gets used, as does the gear stick and the handbrake. I'm incredibly happy with this entire transformation. It has really brought a new lease of life, and my love of sim racing and truck simming and all of that good stuff. Being able to use both the gear stick and the handbrake was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get away from the F1 sim and use a simulator like this that allows for all of the attachments. And believe me, there are many, but being able to have the gear stick and the handbrake is an absolute game changer for myself. We're still using the same old monitor and we're still using the same arm. This just allows us to increase the height of the screen. So when we're playing some truck sim, we of course increase the height of the screen a little just by lifting it up, because it is a big old wheel. And then when we're playing F1 or iRacing, we lower the monitor a little bit, because the wheel is no longer at that sort of angle. It's honestly fantastic. I'm so incredibly happy with it, and if you watch my shorts or follow me over on Instagram, you'll see I've been making non-stop videos as I've been using this stuff pretty much every single day. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed is my effort with the cable managing. Some of the cables are actually too short, so I need entirely new cables. That's for the monitor that's going into the PC. The cable isn't long enough, which means I'm a bit limited with being able to hide boxes to and from. And of course, because we have a ton of peripherals now connected, the base, the pedals, the gear stick, the handbrake, the side panel, we do have a lot of USB cables going into that. So we did go ahead and buy a little base for it. So that all goes plugged into that, and then that base is then plugged into the PC, which does help the amount of cables running up to the PC, but we are going to have to work on that sometime soon. But as a whole, I think the setup looks awesome, and I'm very, very happy with it. We've also made some updates to this corner here, as you can see, and we now wall mount or door mount all of our wheels, so they sit just on the door like so, which means they're out of the way, so I'm not constantly moving wheel from space to space. These are slotted on using the Moza quick release system. I bought some mounts off of a website. I can leave the link for these if anyone's interested. These are just quick release. They just simply slot on and slot off like you'd expect. A quick demonstration here. This is just the quick release system. So it just simply slots on and pulls off like you'd expect. Exactly how it works on the base. But now we've got it mounted to the door for a cleaner solution. Here's a quick close-up of the mount. It just mirrors the quick release system that you get on the base. There's a couple of screws to obviously hold it in place. There are a couple of bolts at the back here, so this can be adjusted left or right. And then of course, it just simply pops on like it does the base, using those sort of holes for the bearings on the wheel. And then you've got your quick release system wall mount solution right there. So now between having all three wheels, we've basically got F1 and GT series covered. We use this one for rallying and any other sort of normal driving. And then of course, trucks and things, we use the truck wheel. We are now covered with absolutely everything. Yes, the cables are an absolute mess. I'm still toying with some ideas on how to fix this. The racing sim is complete. This thing is absolutely fantastic. Now, this was just a quick look at us actually building and changing the racing sim setup. If you want to see the dedicated videos on the TrakRacer sim rig itself, that will be an independent video. You've seen me put this thing together and I've been using it for some time. So of course the follow-up video is going to be my experiences and opinions on this rig. So make sure you look out for that one. And then again with the Moza kit, there will be a dedicated video for the base, the wheels, the accessories. I've had some time to play around with it. I've been building my experiences with it. So when it comes to the full review video, again, I'll be able to give you my full honest opinions on all of the gear, so make sure you look out for that video as well. But as always, I hope that you enjoyed this video. As I just said, there will be two follow-up videos, one for a dedicated review of the TrakRacer TR8 Pro sim rig, and then the second one being the Moza review video, reviewing the gear stick, the wheels, the base, the pedals, and all of that good stuff. If that's something that you're interested in, then make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the videos. But until the next time, I'm gonna get on with some trucking, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.